People's Congregation of Shakers and Movers. This is Matt with Up Breathwork as we bring our weekly dose of awareness to how are we breathing. And so just as you're tuning in, maybe prior to settling into a space of sitting or laying down, just an invitation to just shake out the body, just move a little bit, maybe shake out your legs, feet, maybe jump up and down. But just kind of move the body and rock it back and forth if you're sitting like I am, side, side, head, just anything that feels correct. Just allow for this to help distribute any energies, heaviness, tightness, overexcitement, or maybe just thinking of it as bringing ourselves into maybe a little bit more balance. And then just kind of gently settling into your seat, laying down, and just tuning into your breath for a moment. Just settling into your space. If you have headphones, maybe placing headphones on may help with the sound. And just settling into the moment that we are sharing throughout this little session today. And so as you're settling into your space, I'm just going to invite in nose breathing for today. For right now. Just settling in, maybe placing a hand on your stomach, hand on your heart. And is it possible to feel the rise and fall of the stomach as we inhale and exhale? And with the hand on the heart, can we feel the vibration, the frequency, the energy of this space within the heart? Maybe allowing a settling within the space itself, in the heart and the stomach. Just focus our awareness on breathing correctly through the nose and feeling the two energy spaces within the stomach and the heart. And then gently just breathing in this frequency into both stomach and heart. allowing for it to bring a sensation of lightness, softness, maybe just raising that vibration a little bit within the two spaces. And just maintaining our nice relaxed breathing pattern with our nose. And if you are feeling, move your hands back to your side or allowing for them to stay present where they are, that's fine. Whatever feels correct for you. Maybe dropping a little bit deeper into this moment, into this experience. So just a little question to ponder. If you had a choice to focus on one of these two choices I'm going to offer to you, what do you believe might be something we should desire or bring our focus to more? So, for example, if I was to say, should we bring more awareness or attention to speaking positively? Or our second choice would be, should I focus my awareness and attention onto speaking less negatively? If you had to choose between speaking more positively or speaking less negatively, breathe into that for a moment and just see what comes up for you. Don't rush to answer it. Just breathe into it, maybe bring an exhale out through the mouth. I believe that most people who I've asked would fall in line with wanting to speak more positively. And a few might say less negatively for my spoken word. So the way I view it is that speaking more positively is a beautiful focus and one that we should a place to come from, for sure. But I feel as though it leaves the doorway open for still speaking negatively. Sandy, I see what you wrote. Staticky again? Yeah, I don't. We'll just run it for this. This is, I don't know. Um, and so if we come from a place of saying, speaking less negatively, with the focus of maybe bringing in or maybe reaching a point of no negativity, then the only thing left is the positivity. But it's not leaving that doorway of, oh, I'm speaking more positively, so this is a good thing, which it is. But but if we can do away with negativity. And so for a moment, just breathing in through the nose, and let's invite in and exhale through the mouth. As you ponder that for yourself for a moment. And on the out breath, on the exhale, I'm just going to invite in to exhale softly and long, and to exhale with the sound and the frequency that you're hearing. And so for a minute or two here, I'm going to invite in the thought process of maybe discovering for yourself, maybe are we speaking negatively about anything currently in our life or within our journey? And so just to breathe into just one thing that comes up first for you, and just allowing for the mind to speak it, to live it, to picture it, to experience like how and in what setting might there be words of that are not positive for self. You know, it could be a way of like beating ourselves up a little bit, not trusting our ability. There might be some fear with this story, but just allowing for the story to come to life here for a moment within your own mind, and just feeling it, allowing for the brain to draw a picture of it, bring in any smells or sights. So do this for about another 30 seconds, and we're going to let it go. And so on your next exhale, to really let it go from the mind, push it back out to the universe. And then on that next exhale, inhale, to invite in, where do I feel this situation within my system? Is it in my throat, my heart, a combination of stomach and hips, whatever it might be for you? But just to recognize and to gently sit with that energy. How does that energy feel? In the physical body? It might feel a little chaotic, unrest, hyper, beating heart, fast. difficulty breathing, closing up of the esophagus, maybe tightening of the body or closing in of the body. And just recognizing what is here for you. And so by knowing where the energy sits, this is kind of that space where the chaos or the craziness or the discomfort or unrest might arise from. And so now to settle this energy a little bit, I'm going to invite in a smile, to bring in a smile to the corner of your lips, and to feel that energy breathe into the smile. And then as you exhale, exhale into the part of you that was at unrest with whatever situation you brought to light. So we're going to let this go, breathing into the smile, allowing for the smiling energy to soften as we exhale the heaviness, the unrest, or the discomfort. I'm just allowing for that to soften here for a moment, for a minute. So by taking a beautiful energy, one that, you know, the smiling may feel really good, and it's a simple way to help redirect an energy within us that maybe is bringing discomfort or an energy that we may have awareness to, wanting to shift, that desire to shift and move an energy or to be rid of an energy. And so awareness is the first part. And then having a tool such as smiling, feeling, becoming familiar with that energy of a smile. And so sometimes we might want to just practice that in of itself. And then as we become familiar with that energy, we can send it to help care for a disruption within our system. I feel also that the disruption the chaotic energy of unrest that can be created through negative self-talking, or even allowing the energy of an event to start controlling or overtaking our day. And so if we can soften it like through the smile, and we can offer to ourselves a gift of maybe slowing down. And so when we have an event occur that might be disruptive, or even self-talk within our mind that's disrupting our flow, by bringing awareness to this discomfort and the energy of it, that awareness alone will help to soften it. And the awareness also gives us the gift of really feeling how this energy and what it's creating within our system. And so this might naturally bring more of a slowing down when we're starting to recognize this energy and be like, oh, here comes this rising up of this energy. And I'm slowing the process down so that I can feel it instead of just going into maybe a reactive state or staying in that negativity flow of words or actions with the words. And so maybe as we slow things down, maybe we can kind of reverse the energy within us maybe a little bit quicker. Into something new. And so with that being said, I've been realizing lately, like really slowing down life. And so I think like a really beautiful example of this that I think most of us can relate to is, let's say, driving. And so here's a thought or something to consider while driving this week. When we're driving, like to really start to feel the different energies and how they change throughout the course of a drive. So what might shift or change in energy? A song. It could bring us into the past. It might make us feel good. It might make us happy. Maybe we start to sing. Someone cutting you off, maybe triggering some negativity or something emotional. It might just be sitting in heavy traffic. It might be witnessing an accident. It might be just in a beautiful flow of an easy drive. So what do I mean by slowing down the drive? Well, if we can slow down our energies and how we're reacting and just be present with it, and just slowing down the driving, and what I mean by that is not the speed, but maybe more of less reaction. Like, let's just say we're in traffic on the highway that's traveling 20 miles an hour. So we're not quite going the speed limit, so that can be frustrating, but we are moving. So here, I might really try and find a beautiful flow where I'm creating space between me and others. And I try to focus on not using the brakes, so just being in the slow motion of just moving with the flow of the traffic, finding the flow of it, and then just being a part of that flow and sitting comfortable in that flow with accelerating lightly or taking my foot off the pedal lightly, and just kind of playing with that and really feeling and just going into the moment of being, of what it's like to be in that flow. But just slowing things down. Maybe we're stopped. Here, this just might create that anxiousness to want to move. So maybe we could just tune into the breath and just find that pleasure within our system. Maybe even breathing into a smile at that moment. And the same thing is true if we're just driving on an open highway, right? Are we driving safely? Are we just enjoying the flow of going 60 or 70? And so for a moment, I'm just going to invite you to paint a picture within yourself and just creating this like thought for you. Like, is this something you would consider maybe trying this week? And so with whatever relates to you, I'm just going to invite you to take a few minutes to breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth, and maybe just bring yourself and create an image within your mind of different driving scenarios you maybe experienced this week, and maybe how to consider what I just said about being more in the moment. And then as we're just kind of breathing into this, can we maybe explore other things in our life that we can just slow down, slow the energy down, be more aware, more in tune with the moment, the present moment. And so something just really beautiful to consider as we move throughout this day, and maybe discovering for ourselves like what it means to self to slow down, to maybe slow down and enjoy our experience at a deeper level, regardless of what it might be. Maybe just slowing down the energies within us to help create more awareness to a task at hand. This slowing down might allow for more productivity, maybe with work or with friends or a conversation. Productivity can be looked at in so many different ways. It doesn't have to be a work thing. Maybe gently, if you're not already, just returning to inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Maybe placing your hand once again on the stomach and the heart and feeling into that. And maybe allowing for yourself to come back into the space, into the room that you are in, your surrounding. Maybe the people around you. Maybe bring your awareness back to any sounds that you may be hearing in your environment, within the space, and maybe even off in the distance. And just slowly coming back, just feeling maybe a slowing down of the system as we considered bringing in, or maybe slowing down the course of our day, or slowing down the energies within us as they change with each given moment. And just enjoying the softness and quietness of the space right now. Maybe just inviting it in gentleness to our system. And that awareness between feeling soft or lighter as we move throughout the day versus maybe that more chaotic energy, unsettledness. And what's the difference for you between the two when we notice them? And so as you move throughout this week, this day, just inviting in that deeper awareness when you're driving a vehicle. And just that inviting in deeper awareness to how is our energy feeling, and do I want to slow it down or bring more softness to it? Do I need to maybe smile into this energy to help it feel a bit lighter? And as you're reawakening to the space within you, just knowing that probably at some point this month, I'm sure Sandy and the group will be putting out an email just outlining the stuff that's coming up in September with the school year coming to a start, and maybe some more programming coming back, and maybe some new offerings. And so stay tuned for what beautiful things are coming. And we hope to see a lot of people out and about. Have a beautiful week. Feel free to reach out at any time, and we will see you all next